Okay, it's time to talk about something very serious, and be forewarned, there's going to be strong language in this video at some points. There's a lot of things to remember to cover because the errors are so great. And what is this about? In a nutshell, it's about the fact that I'm the Ralph Nader in the dog training online industry. Those people who want to grant themselves self-expert status, among other things. You can hear some of my dogs maybe in the background. And this is about one of the biggest crackpots, nutcases, charlatans, posers, and from what I got a message about, a guy who's in his mid-70s who's had a brain tumor, which would account for some of the cognitive problems that being faced in his otherwise pathological personality disorder, and that is Robert No Catch-Up Hynes, meaning he can't catch up to where he should be at all, and on the brand name of Hynes Ketchup. So anyway, there's a lot to cover. Number one, let's start with the fact that he wants to bandy around terms, but he won't define terms. And he wants to throw out such things as define behavior. Define behavior, which I can do. And this is his way to try to set up a red herring straw man argument. This guy never passed a logic course. This guy's doesn't have a degree in psychology. Hey, I'll cover everything, but these are just the beginning of the wanted bullshit that this guy spews daily. So define tool. No Catch-Up Hynes. Define tool, because you want to say you can't do this without tools. Look, you dumbass. I know that you never had any primatology classes and know nothing about ethology, behavioral ecology. You're not a sonologist. You know nothing about the stuff that you want to babble about. But only the lowest IQ primates don't use tools. So define tool, by the way, because you want to use it only when it doesn't serve you, but you're using leashes, you're using collars, you're using a yard, you're using whatever. Those are all tools, dumbass. And because you don't know how to use a tool, let's see you build a house without tools. Let's see it. No, see, you're not a real builder if you can't do it. According to this dumbass's specious, incoherent would-be argument, you're not a builder if you're doing it with tools. You're not. Let's see you build a house with no tools. Come on. If you really, otherwise it's bullshit. This is how psychotic this piece of shit is. This guy has a 13-year-old gopher, a mini pin, which is an artificially created dog. He doesn't know nothing about real dogs, which I have. Go study Coppinger, dumbass, because you don't know anything about real dogs, non-influenced by mankind dogs that were not artificially bred, because that's what you have, a small artificially bred gopher that's geriatric. And you want to tell us that you know how to train dogs and it's all about that? Here's a simple solution for all this bullshit. Instead of going into ideology, face them on what they can do. And this is why he's banned me, because he says that he'll accept any challenge. He will not accept the Jedi Dogmaster challenge because he can't do it. You know, and basically, let's just get down to facts, people, because there's no reason to mince words here. I'm about 7 levels above anybody you're going to find on YouTube. And I can do things they can't do, and with more different types of dogs and more different types of fields. He wanted to try to say something along the lines, well, hey, this guy, me, has too many different things he does, meaning that you're ignorant and stupid. It can't compete with me is what you're trying to say, and somehow we should say, oh, that's a great thing that you're completely pathetic in so many different fields of dog training. Can you train a seeing eye dog? No, you can't. Can you train a hunting dog? No. A bird dog, for example. Can you train a boar hunting dog? No, you can't. Can you train a protection dog? No, you can't. Can you train a search and rescue dog? No, you can't. Can you train a lead sled dog? No, you can't. Can you train an anti-poaching dog? No, you can't. Can you train a tracker trailer dog? Different than a search and rescue dog. But you wouldn't know that because you're incapable of training dogs to do any specific task. That's the thing, dumbass. You can't do any of that. You can't begin to do the Jedi Dogmaster Challenge because you can't do a recall. I don't need a recall because you can't do it. Because you want to deny shit doesn't make it. You're a flat earther. You and the people that you resound with, echo chamber with, fire your trainer. No, get rid of the psychotic hack 75-year-old dumbass who's chain smoking, who doesn't know shit and can't compete. Oh, I will get in a podcast with anyone. You want to babble. That's all you want to do in a babble. But when it comes down to proof, I know this analogy doesn't grasp with you because you're incapable of doing, because your IQ is so damn low. We already know you don't know how to use tools. I don't use a fork. I don't need a fork. A fork. You can't eat if you're using a fork. This is the sort of bullshit you're spewing, Hynes, you dumbass. But performance. Analogy would be, you're babbling about some ideas about running, but you're not a runner. You've never run. You won't run. When you're challenged to run, you won't do it. You've trained no one to run. You're a piece of shit bullshitter. And the problem is, you go out and say this shit to people who know nothing about anything with dogs. And it sounds so good to them because they think it's the flat earth. They can't deal with it. You can't handle dogs. How many dogs do you have? One geriatric 13-year-old gopher? And you know about dogs? I've got more dogs right this second than you've had in your entire life, you piece of shit. You could not handle, this is a tier 1 Dutch Shepherd. You've never been around one. You couldn't handle one. You don't know how to train one. You can't handle my 120-pound American Bulldog. You cannot get him to do anything. And of course, you want to deny it instead of saying, oh, yes, Jedi Dog Master, you're so much better than I am. And instead of admitting that, you want to bullshit. But those times are over. I've called you out. Now you've shadow banned me, removed all my comments because you can't handle the truth. And you can't perform. And neither can any of your little acolytes. Look these words up. I know you don't know. Oh, I study psychology. You don't know jack shit. You don't even know the definition of respondent conditioning and operant conditioning. You make errors. You don't know anything about Pavlov. You know nothing about the Braylons. You know nothing about Bailey. You know nothing about actually Skinner whatsoever. And you know nothing about Watson or the Thorndike. I have a degree in behaviorism, dumbass. I actually had to perform and pass tests and not spew bullshit and get confused. Conrad Most, you don't know jack shit. You don't even know what Schutzen is. You don't even know that's a breed test, a qualification test. Everything is IGP. Only in your demented fucking mind is it that. Because I tell you what, the things are horrible. No, only with your bullshit. And you lying to people 15 years ago was different. I've been training dogs for 50 years, doing things you can never do, that you can't dream of doing. And you can dismiss it all you want because the proof isn't actual doing it, the performance. Oh, yeah, you're a great person. And the thing is, you have detracted and insulted and said a bunch of bullshit about me. Come here, because I will have you apologizing, groveling on the ground. But you're a scared little chicken shit guy, aren't you? That's right, you know. Oh, yes, you're gonna hide out there in Alberta. Oh yeah, the mecca of dog training. For what, you go to a park? You're a glorified dog walker? This is an achievement? This is the bullshit you're pushing off on people. Look, I'm not putting up with it, just like Ralph Nader didn't put up with unsafe cars. You're an unsafe piece of shit thinker. You've never passed a logic course. Let's see your degrees. Where are they? What have you done? Let's see the dogs. You haven't trained anybody to do anything either. None of you, the dogs you've trained, can do jack shit. Nothing. Walk in a park? That's your claim to fame? You're an ultra-crepidarian. Look up the words. Your lexicon is as barefoot as your thinking capacity is. Oh, tools! Again, let's go back to tools, because this is the shit you keep rotating around on. Tools! And you don't know this, everything's actually, no, it's not. In your twisted little flat earth mind, you think it's that way. Tools! Build a house, motherfucker! Let's see you build a house without tools. Oh, how about building a car? You're no real car maker if you have to use tools. You're a dumbass. You don't know how to use the tools, so therefore, you think they don't matter. You're projecting your limitations onto other people. You have so many psychological problems in a little pea-brain head that it has no cognitive ability to do anything. And it has to stop. You've saying you'll accept any challenge. Accept my challenge. Let's see it. $1,000, motherfucker. Pay up, because you can't do it. You have no videos. Everything I said, I have proof of doing, and I've done it a long time. That's why the better dog trainers know. You don't fuck with me, because I can beat you on all fronts. I'm not just stuck in one niche, and I'm definitely far beyond your little dog park walking escapades. So until that time, Hynes, run away, you little tiny man with the brain tumor. You make Peter Kane, the nutcase Bigfoot guy, look like an incredible scholar. You make him look like Nikola Tesla in comparison, and he sucks too.